on, man. Look at all this buzzball fat. Look at this. I become a human buzzball. This is not part of the original equation. This was not part of the plan. It's June 1st. It's June 1st, and I was supposed to have my summer body. Man, what happened? A couple months ago, I was talking about meal prep. I was talking about eating right. I was only supposed to be drinking liquor, and occasionally at that. And look what's happened, guys. I've become a human buzzball. We can't have that. I was gonna get my only rent cracking and be knocking it down. Leo King, where you been, brother? Man, I was finna find my old phone to find your number to be like, bruh, Lush World is bracking again. It's more active than ever. Where are you? Where are you? I'm gonna try. Honestly, the buzz balls needs to be way more of an occasional thing, regardless of, like, realistically, me cutting back on consumption of drugs and alcohol is not too big of an ask. And although I love the way they hit and the superhuman powers they give me, the dichotomy herein lies in the fact that I can't. It's just like, bro, I'm like, my face is like stretching. This shit is crazy. I look like I look Tungan. Shouts out my Usos. You already know what it is, Leo. Come on, hey, we're on my partner plays. We need a roll call. We get started early. Look, I want to let y'all know I'm very, 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 I owe y'all an apology. I've been streaming for 2 days, which is so fugazi because I'm supposed to be streaming every day, but going crazy, really, really consistent. And I just yesterday, I had a paid cipher hosting gig and shoot, which consumed a lot of my day, and I wasn't expecting that to be a thing for as long as it was. And then, oh, by the way, you know I'm here to get toxic and pop it as well. We got a lot to discuss. This is not going to be boring. This is not going to be strictly uplifting. Although I'm feeling good right now. It's Sunday morning, and it's the first of the month, so that's a double whammy. Got money in my account. I'm ready for whatever. I'm ready for turn up. I'm ready for war. Whatever y'all want. We can go there. I can take things to my full capacity. Let's run it up as we're supposed to. Remember, like, share, subscribe, get them likes up. I already see over 70 viewers in 3 minutes. We only got 6 likes. Them ratios that's off. Like you go to a party and it's a sausage fest. Bunch of dudes. We need more girls in here. Likes equal girls. Let's get our likes up. You feel me? Let's get our likes up so you ain't gotta get your face like buzz balls. You feel me? Come on, man. Get them likes up real quick. And remember, this is a key pivotal fact here, all right? And this is something really, really important. Oh, we're up to 83 live viewers. It's moving, gang. Okay, I see. 8 trade viewers. So here's what I need from y'all. Beyond the likes, which is free, by the way. It's free to hit the like button. Remember that this is the Bot Mafia. We are all one. You are Lush. We are Lush. We are all Lush. We are on a journey together. Whether you love me, whether you hate me, as long as you love yourself and you're striving for better, I can't be mad, player. With that being said, this stream does not have any sponsors currently. None. No honey pack, no turn your pool to an oasis, no sponsors, no clothing brands, nothing. So you know what that means? This stream is sponsored by y'all. So if you feel so inclined, put it in my palm, in my mother grubbing palm, and shoot a young super chat. That is also the best way for me to address whatever you want talked about immediately I'll stop what I'm doing, do a 360, you feel me? Hop up, swag surf for a second, and then boom! I answer your question. So remember, this is sponsored by y'all. I'm doing this for y'all, by y'all. This is FUBU. We're not going to get into the cultural implications of a white guy being the head of FUBU. But just remember, this is for the people. I don't hold back. I speak from the soul. Good, bad, and ugly, you gonna get it. So put it in my palm. Shoot them young super chiznayas nats, because this stream is sponsored by you. What's happening? Over 100 viewers and our first super chat. My dog, Aussie G. He's been rocking with me for many, 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 many moons. Now I do got some things to say about what was said about me by other streamers. So we might need to talk about it. No, we definitely need to talk about it. We've been to talk about it. Shout out to Aussie G for the 10 Australian dollars. I appreciate that. You feel me? Oh no. I'm not, look, let me clarify, brother. I'm not demanding, I'm not begging, but I'm simply going to remind y'all, this stream is sponsored by y'all. Don't take that no type of way. If that's begging, then put me on the motherfucking corner and I'm riding a unicycle for pennies, if that's the case. Take it how you want. I'm just gonna gingerly remind y'all, it's not a demand. Hey, if you take that as begging, then I'm okay. Sure. Then I'm a begging ass motherfucker. Nah, I don't need it, but I want it. Does that make sense? It's like a bad bitch on IG. You feel me? It's like, I don't need it, but I want it. You feel me? So you got it, shoot it, it's appreciated. If not, we're gonna get back to regular scheduled programming. Y'all know the vibes, more kicks than Cobra Kai. Busting off shots every time I'm rolling by. We going crazy with it. I want to let y'all know. Remember, what's even more. Thank you, Tiempo. Gracias. Tiempo for the $1. Every dollar counts. Uno dollar. You feel me? I appreciate it. Whoa. We got some highly charged political opinions. And somebody, their name is Time in Spanish, and then the next comment is a guy named Paul talking about make deportations great again. So it's quite a dichotomy. And I see the Lush World chat has the balance that I would expect. One thing that is really important to me, and has been for a long time, is I want people to understand, when one of the reasons why I'm super grateful for the position I'm in with No Jumper and all that, it's not that No Jumper was the first cool thing to happen to me by any means. A lot of y'all, in fact, have been following me through many phases of my journey, many phases of my development. No Jumper was a little bit different, but it really was something that changed my life at such a pivotal time. And I think a lot of y'all are familiar with the lore, but people are quick to forget. And I'm not gonna pull any punches, but I do wanna, and I'm not trying to make this stream bashing other people, although I'm gonna bash some other people, of course. I just don't want that to be the primary focus. And really, I don't know if y'all can tell, I'm actually really happy right now. And not in a Fousey tube, overjoyed, this is the greatest moment of my world, this is an existential orgasm, I'm gonna cry, I just got a $10 million deal from Jack Doherty, and he let me cornhole his fucking OnlyFans bitch. No, that's not what's going on here. We'll talk all about Suspect and Brandon and all that. Don't trip. We're gonna get into all that. Remember, you feel me? Super chats grease the wheel, but I'm still spinning like a wheel of steel. I'm genuinely happy right now. So I think when someone excessively talks about other people and just their distaste for a situation, it's obvious that something's not, that you're not firing on all cylinders, that you're not as happy as you could be. You're not as overjoyed as you could be. You're not content with yourself, your situation, your scenario. So like the de facto thing you're gonna do, it's like literally like me going on stream and talking shit is the equivalent of the thing that bothers me the most. And that's which I don't understand. And I saw Suspect talking about this on the on Hater World the other day. Shouts to Blue Devil, shouts to Almighty, shouts to everybody, you feel me? Saw Sus talking about this on Hater World, and I hell of agreed. And they both kind of like had the same experience, were echoing each other's sentiments in this regard. And I was like, that's exactly, okay, so basically, I don't understand the people that literally, I don't understand hopping in random people's DMs on Instagram and hating. But I know essentially it comes from the same place psychologically as me making videos dissing other people or making or streaming about other people and making it if you're like genuinely happy, that's not going to even be on your mind. It's not. And really like I've been forcing myself to have discontent and contentious vibes with other people because I'm trying to be the best entertainer that I possibly can. And at the same time, be as genuine to myself as I possibly can. And the person that I genuinely am is very lighthearted, is very kind, sometimes generous to a fault, and put myself in compromising positions as a result of my heart. Now, being in a city where I'm from out here, that makes you a target. That makes it very easy to catch you slipping, and in various ways. And I realize now that I've had to fucking, made it over 10 minutes without cussing. I'm happy with that. I've had to kind of slow down my inclination to want to be kind to people and make, cause I like to make people feel good, bro. I do. And then like, because like the whole Glazer narrative doesn't bother me. I think it's hilarious. That's why like I'll put it in my songs and just play off of that. I think it's super funny, but it's also just a huge generational discontent. I think this is just like one of the examples where my old headness really comes through, because like back when I was growing up, it wasn't as frowned upon to be passionate about something. Like, I know that liking things and thinking things are cool is gay as hell, right? I understand that. It is super lame to care. It's super lame to like things. The lamest thing you could ever do is try. The lamest thing you could ever do is try. Trying is for the birds, right? That's for straight suckers. You try, you actually tried, you actually care, you got excited, you let somebody know that you thought that they were dope, and you appreciate them. They're all like such taboo things. You can kind of conflate everything that I just described and put it in one care package. Boom, glazed donut, Krispy Kreme. You feel me? Hot glaze out the microwave. 10 seconds in the microwave for the hot glaze. Boom, Lush One special. Now, I have had to mitigate my personality because genuinely, if that's the way I'm coming off, that's not the intention. And if that's inhibiting the quality of the content that people are getting, and they don't want to watch me as much because they think I'm just going to be fucking slobbing down glizzies, now I got to do something about that. So I had to do something about that. And I realized that, it does oftentimes, I think that beyond the generational disconnect in that regard and wanting to give flowers, it's way more exciting to see some fuck shit. Some fuck shit. Hey, shawty, you want some fuck shit? Hey, shawty, you want some fuck shit? Hey, shawty, you want some fuck shit? got some bus shit, shawty. How you doing? How you doing? I pack lick, lick. Honestly, yeah, free sus, if I'm being fully honest. This shit sucks. It sucks. $2 from Jason Avocados. When you die, people will glaze you for being a glazer. And this is when it becomes like, this is when life comes full circle. And it happens fast. They'll appreciate you and your glazing techniques. And hey, I'm the first one to publicly say that I play with my balls when I jerk off. All right? I'm setting it up for generations of gooners. You know how many people have hit me up and said that that's changed their life? You know how many people, I probably reduced the rate of violent crimes in society. Fuck everything that I've done. I told people how to play with their own balls when they goon. Do you understand how, I love my brother Dirt back then. I seen his name in a comment. I don't even know what it said, but it's my dog. $5 from Bodie, Joe, Lush Goggins, and Compa Triathlon with King of the Hikers, Ralphie. Let's go. Free sus keep Brandon. I echo every single sentiment you just said. Absolutely. All of that. You feel me? Yeah, I gotta balance off because I'm not gonna lie. I already feel like drinking. I just life feels so much better when I'm getting high. Shout out all the white Crips, motherfuckers is really active. That's a $2 super chat from Trip. I agree. I've been known some very solid Crips. Yeah, from the West Side. There's always been that cool Ghost from Graveyard. There's what's his face, Baby No Good from BF. I know a lot of West LA white Crips, and have for many moons. Yeah, 4 Extra is home. We will see how 4 Extra being home will change the dynamic. I mean, obviously we know we're in for an exciting week, but it's also a lot of confusion. What exactly are we gonna do on the Tuesday show? I know I'm there. I know I'm going to be there. But is it going to be... Because 4 Extra and Munchie can't pod together. 4 Extra and Jefe probably could. I don't know. I don't think they have any... Jefe is mature. So I think... Lush, were you at the Marathon Burger yesterday? HVAC Dad, $2. Nah, I had a gig yesterday. I had to work. I would have gone. And salute the Marathon Burger. Probably better that I wasn't there, because the people I was going to go with, it might have gotten weird if somebody was going to bring me some weird energy. And I don't think they would have been on no weird time when I seen how they or I shouldn't say they, when I say how certain individual reacted at the prospect of Almighty being there. Now, I do want to make something clear, all right? And I've said this several times, but I think a lot of people, a gig, I was hosting a cypher yesterday. That's what I do. Gig does sound kind of crazy, but, so, yeah, no, it would have got really ugly. It really would have been bad. And the fact that, anybody was over there trying to posture and be weird or whatever is just so counterintuitive, especially if you're trying to represent in the name of quote unquote LA media, and you go over there to be negative or try to this ain't a spot for running page or doing skits or doing nothing. This is y'all don't understand. First of all, this is West LA. It's the far west. That's Venice, all right? I'm not gonna get into the politics, but I'm very good over there, all right? I'll just say that. Too good, but beyond me, this is a spot where there's way more scrutiny from the police. It's a higher real estate area, and they scrutinize businesses, particularly, they've been trying to gentrify and have successfully gentrified Venice in particular a long time ago. So them doing something like beyond trying to like gentrify the streets or Venice, but like when a local self-sustained business chain opens up over there, they're under hella scrutiny. And some negativity or some violence or something, God forbid, is the last thing they need. So anybody that would try to bring that type of contentious vibe there or be like, meet me there to do this, like them trying to tell sus, oh, suspect, you're not welcome at Marathon Burger. Like, bro, it's just so goofy, bro. It's so goofy, especially under the auspice of you trying to say that you're real LA media, whatever the fuck that means. Whatever the fuck that means. All I know is this. I know that I am more knowledgeable, better conversational skills, better interviewing skills, more entertaining, funnier, crazier backstory than any of these motherfuckers. So none of that shit matters. $5 for Mina's Reactions, Cloud Mania TV. No Jumper needs to make Sharp the official comic relief of the channel. He's the demon clown of Vegas and Gigolo, not a pimp. I will agree with that. But I will say, so we'll talk about Sharp. I still never got to the first point I wanted to make though. And I've made this clear a few times, but I would like to reiterate this for those that like seem to have a misconception. Brandon and me are actually solid in real life. Like we talk semi-frequently off camera. We have we're cool with each other, bro. And he is a great podcast op. Like I have 15 things I want to debate with this motherfucker that I know will go potentially super viral. And we'll just like do numbers and will be engaging content and will be a good balance to me being out buzzballs, calling out marks and lanes like I do so well as well. So, yeah, exactly. Like Rich Grinder literally like wanted to take me on a date and have sex. It was a bunch of weird shit. Like, bro, like, I don't like guys, bro. I don't want to date guys. I don't understand that. Like, at what point does it become like rape or stalking or some weird shit? Like, dude, like, I don't want to hang out with you. I don't want to go on a date with you. Like, bro, you're gay, dude. But Brandon is a very, very worthy podcast op. But I wish him no harm in real life. Like Rich Grinder, I don't care if he gets, if he stumbles into a hornet's nest today, and then it's like, then he's like in the movie My Girl because he's allergic to bees, and then he's like literally at his funeral, like his boyfriend comes in, and it's like the scene with Macaulay Culkin and My Girl, but his boyfriend's like, he can't see without his glasses. He starts crying. It's Dijon Paul. He can't see without his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. His glasses. His glasses. Yeah, bro. Come on, bro. Yeah, exactly. Magma's saddest scene in cinematic history. But from now on, I did y'all a favor. You don't need to cry anymore. Now, just think of Rich Trapper in his open casket, swollen face because he just got stung by hella bees and he's dead. And Dijon, or whoever you want to say is his boyfriend, crying, talking about his glasses. He can't see without his glasses. Whatever, bro. Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, like literally, like the level of. Bro, I wasn't trying to show up with 50 essays and all the Crips that be near my hood. I wasn't trying to do all that, bro. But that's like the calls I'm getting. And I'm like, bro, I'm working today. I'm working. I thought it was Friday. I thought we was all going to mob after on the thing on Friday. But then it's like, oh, it's Saturday. Because if you remember when Brandon first left the super chat and Rich Grinder was talking about the super chats on the No Drummer music stream, he said Friday. You bet you won't be Friday at Marathon Burger to let me molest you. 11 baby mamas with the Cinco piece, 5 on me, hey. He said, buzzballs on me. Appreciate you, gang. With that being said, I want to address what Sharp said. Sharp has some pretty. Sharp at this point, Sharp still talking is just so redundant. And I know what Mina said earlier with her super chat. Let's make Sharp the joke of no jumper. You're right, Mina. And I'm going to talk about Sharp and just break something down real quick about him. Like, he already is the joke of no jumper. I mean, like, to be honest, even when Sharp was at his coolest, it was still kind of just like something that people laugh at. It wasn't anything like people don't really take like people outside of the streets, just like normal people. They don't like take pimping seriously as like a cool thing. It's kind of like a novelty from a movie. We think of like a Sugar Free or a Too Short song, or like or Cat Williams' character in Next Friday After Next. Like, this is like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a joke. It's something we laugh at. It's like the lower echelon of society. It's like people like that are pathetic, probably got touched when they were kids, and now they need to like survive off of women because they can't stand on their own, and like, ha 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 ha. It's nothing that people really respect. People like me, who are fucked up in the head, respect it, because I've been so indoctrinated with street culture and criminology my whole life. I've been outside since I was 12, really younger than that. So I think that shit is cool, but normal people don't. Normal people don't. Like, I think that, like, oh yeah, I guess that there must be a delay on the chat because someone says, so you're a regular person, not from the streets? No, I didn't say that. I'm talking about what society at large thinks of when they see that. So let's not try to act like even at his best, even at his supreme moments. And, you know, We Starvin', he doesn't like when I bring him up by name, but he does have a very prestigious account in the No Jumper community. So, you know, We Starvin' posted, I think that Lush has had a better run on and been more impactful to No Jumper than Sharp. I think it's pretty obvious. I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, I think, I'm not going to even say all that. Because, like, a lot, like, Sharp's life and his tenure on No Jumper is literally, like, 95% of his fame. The other 5%, because, like, people didn't know on Soft White Underbelly, like, oh, there's this, if you're not, like, from this very niche world that doesn't really even online like that too much, except for Backpage, like the pimp community, whatever, he might have had, and supposedly doesn't have the most, by the looks of his fucking AYSO soccer trophy that he parades around as some kind of like exploitation of women accolade award or whatever it was called. I don't know. But this fool like didn't like he the Soft White Underbelly thing, people didn't really know who he was. It was like, oh, there's like another pimp. Like normally like Soft White Underbelly videos are called like drug addict, prostitute, gang member turned preacher, Appalachian hick, inbred, pimp. You know what I mean? Like, these are the names. So I think a lot of people didn't even know, like most people like know Sharp from No Jumper, right? Like, and the only reason I'm bringing all this up, I don't think that I've been more impactful for No Jumper, although I think if you ask Adam, or you ask the fans that have really been like here for many eras, and you just like say who's had an overall more of an impact, that's up for debate. He had a really good 6 month run. But my whole thing is this. I think Sharp gets confused. And this kind of ties into the first topic of the day when I was talking about where I was at in life. And maybe if Sharp talked a little bit less and listened a little bit more, he would already be across this and he would understand, because he's not fucking dumb. He would understand this, but I think him and a lot of the people that discovered me through No Jumper, that didn't really look back or do the research or just like seize this whatever persona they think I have and make whatever judgments they have on me based on it, they don't realize that this is like a footnote in my legacy. This was like a victory lap I wasn't even supposed to have. That's why I was so excited. Not because, oh, this is the first time I did some poppin' shit. Not because, oh, I'm finally here. Yeah, I have always thought No Jumper was fire and thought that I knew that not only it would be good for me, but I would be great for it. Because there's nobody that understands this culture like I do. There's nobody that's lived and survived more eras that have the frames of references. And this is like what I think a lot of people who have been fans of mine for a long time can read, like Sharp. Can explain to Sharp, all right? Sharp. This rap shit took me around the world. Like when I say around the world, I don't mean different cities and states. I mean based on like me pursuing my dream, doing what I, the whole world thought was a bad idea and outside the box of what I wasn't supposed to do, I did. When all the kids I knew were going off to college, I moved to Oakland to become a rapper. And that shit spawned into me being a curator of events, an artist, a ghostwriter, a producer, a DJ, and it literally brought me to 5 continents across the world, paid on other people's dimes, me profiting. I've been to 5 continents off of this, bro. How many stamps do you have in your passport, Sharp? Have you left the country? Sharp, have you left the country? What have you experienced? Have you performed for crowds of 50,000 people and there's still evidence of on the internet that literally know your song word for word because you have a platinum song overseas? Sharp, have you experienced that? Do you know what that feels like? All right, have you influenced culture to the point where all of the fucking people from Drake to Kendrick to Jay-Z to Nas on down have all acknowledged, Eminem on down, have all acknowledged your personal contributions and the companies that you've created and what they've done? Have you ever owned a company? Have you ever cracked $1 million budget in your life? Have you ever put on an artist that wound up impacting the world and changing society? Because that's all the things that I have done. Let me rephrase that. That's not even 1/10 of all the things I've done, but these are all things that I have done. Now, have you ever been in a movie, a major Hollywood motion picture, based on and had a character in that movie? Have you had multiple characters in motion pictures, major movies, based on you, using your image and likeness? Like, do you understand? Like, all of this was way before Adam 22 even knew who I was. Or he probably knew who I was, but he had no consideration of me being a part of No Jumper. Cocaine with the $5. Rich Grinder, the first one to put the knife implication on Ant and not Flacco. It's on the live with After the Incident. Bring it up on Tuesday. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. Cocaine. So I've already experienced, and I understand I'm a little bit older than Sharp. I know he seems older, but what's Sharp, like 38, 39, 30, 38, 39? I'm 43. The Crate Crushers crashed out. Okay, so the Crate Crushers was never a thing. That's just a group of friends that had a dream to try to rap together. I don't even want to shit on it because we all have millions of homies. You know, like when I was at that stage in my life, the group that I was in, Delmont Crew, we had Herb Magazine, Next 100. We were pretty much the #1 opening act in the entire Bay Area. We were headlining and winning awards at Scribble Jam. We were for music videos and all kinds of shit. We were getting flown to across the country, had our whole industry showcase had deals on the table with Universal and Atlantic, and then two of us wound up signing to a foreign label. So it's like that, the whole rap dream part of my life, I got to like feel what it was like to actually be a rapper for real. I've already done that, bro. Like, so I was more successful at doing that than he ever could dream of being. But that's also just not just based on ambition and motion, but talent. Talent. You know what I mean? Oh, you do? Interesting. Well, shit, B Wash, inbox me. Inbox me on Instagram if that's a fact. I mean, I don't got a cap about nothing. This is all documented. This is all documented. This is all online. You can look this up. Like, anybody, I know this might be hard to believe for some of y'all, because some of y'all got this misperception. So, the reason why I was so excited to be at No Jumper, the reason why I was so grateful for the opportunity, and the reason why, Sharp, you might have had this misconception of me being fanned out. Well, one is because I'm a genuinely grateful person and I'm not a piece of shit. But in addition to that, maybe if you had listened a little more, you would have known that I was at a point in my life where I had just lost everything. Where God had humbled me, where the universe had kicked my ass and stripped me down and brought me back to square one. Like, I went from the course of like, in May, June was really when it all went bad. May of 2022 was the most money I ever had in my bank account. We were up at M in our business account. GTX, I know a lot of y'all remember. It don't take much to look up the press conference we threw a couple years ago, that year. We had just cracked a $100,000 deal with Red Bull. We had just did Disaster versus Asesino, one of the biggest rappers in all of Mexico, and the biggest battle rapper in speaking Spanish of all time. Did the first ever bilingual rap battle. Had people from all over fly in, from all over South America, Central America, Puerto Rico, all that, to DR, everything. We had on that same card, we had Averb versus Pass. So we had people from Oakland, St. Louis. We had people from Detroit. We had people from Jersey. We had people from Chicago. We literally brought every region of the U.S. together for this event, which was cracking as fuck. I was fresh off the heels of that, so up, and then within a few months, lost everything. The bitch I thought I was gonna be married to and have my back switched up on me. We wound up breaking up. My mom gets diagnosed with Alzheimer's and my business collapses, all within a 1 month period of time. Now, I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not asking y'all to feel bad for me, because guess what? I felt bad enough for myself. Everything. Bro, I be up in the Bay all the time. I love Northern Cali. The fuck? Like, I lost everything at that, like, and it started with, like, I could break down exactly what happened, like how my business fell apart and everything. So, really the whole thing with the, okay, $5, 40 Joe, let's play Fuck, Marry, Kurt, Kill, Ace Girl, Auntie, Karma, and Linwood G thing. Well, I kind of already did my Dougie with Carmen to a degree. Linwood, I'm marrying. Karma kind of already hit. And I'm kind of smooth. I'm Dijon's cousin, bro. If I want, but bro, like, it's so funny though. I seen her try to flip the script and be like, oh, I was just trying, bro, like, this bitch wanted me to take her out, bro. Nah, smooth. I seen what time it was. It was a play, like, bitch want to go to Ruth Chris on a first date? You got me fucked up. If I don't even know you. This ain't no, like, I'm not here to impress you. You're not genuinely trying to get to know me or something. That shit was weird, bro. Stuff her chicken. Nah, ain't no chickens getting stuffed. She was cool. I'm not trying to, like, even though she hated afterwards, I get it, you feel me? She squatted up with all them. I got nothing really bad to say about Shorty for real. She seemed like a cool person. But I think out of those three, she might die because I'm marrying Linwood. I'm gonna marry a torta. But honestly, like racially, it's kind of cooler to kill the white girl that you already kind of did your Dougie with. So yeah, Mina's Clout Reaction Mania TV for $5. You're 43. Sharp doesn't sound wise. He just looks old. 38, looking every bit of 42 and 43 years old. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that if people, you said it, not me, sister. You said it, not me. All right. So yeah. So exactly what had happened at that time, and I've told this a grip of times, and I know some of y'all might be kind of new, especially because I got the most motion ever now, and it's like da 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 da, and I'm so up. But here's the thing that really was crazy, right? So Diz, and this is like I got sober in 2020. By the way, there's some things I need to clear up that I said wrong last week on some hip hop shit. So remind me, I was wrong about Lil Wayne's first week sales of his last album. That is because Josh looked it up. Oftentimes I get blamed for things that other people do. Happens a lot. I'm fucking used to it. I'm not trying to be a professional fall guy though, but I could have done a little bit more due diligence. So I'll just say it now. I said that the first week sales, because I'm estimating the first week sales of Lil Wayne's next album, and now I don't want to I'll stand on business with what I think, but I don't want to push it super far because I don't want to root against Wayne. I love Wayne. I hope that I'm wrong. I said he's gonna do 35,000, 40,000, you feel me? 50 max. I think 35,000 is pretty generous first week sales for Lil Wayne with no rollout and no single that's cracking right now. I think that's totally reasonable. $5 for Quick. Your knowledge in hip hop is crazy. Every other No Jumper pod, you school everyone on there. Your accolades and people you know is wild. Kudos to your hard work. Thank you, Quick, with 2 C's. I appreciate you, brother. Like I said, y'all are my sponsors, so the super chats go a long way. I'm telling y'all, you feel me? You're gonna help me tie my tennis one day. One day I'm finna tie my tennis. So yeah, Wayne. Then we referred back to his last album. I forget what it was called. I don't even know the name of it. But Josh looked it up and it said, he said 38,000 was the first week sales. Now 38,000 was the physical sales, but it's really 138K equivalent units. He just didn't read it right, which is actually pretty impressive, although sales are now more to the point where that's equivalent to doing 70 or 80K right now. But that's still not bad. But when Playboy Cardi did 300K, that should keep things in perspective. That's a powerful first week. Kendrick, Drake, these are powerful first weeks. All right? That really moved the needle. Now, I was wrong about that, but also, I looked at the release date of that Lil Wayne album, and it said February 8th, 2020, or February 5th. It's the first 2 weeks in February of 2020. Well, that's when I went to rehab last time. I was in rehab for 4 months, a little more than 4 months, and the whole time I was there, I had no communication with the outside world. No internet. We could watch a certain amount of TV a week, and it would be very limited, and we could make one phone call a week, and it'd be 10 minutes, and it'd be whoever the counselor said. It was literally you have more restrictions than prison, 100%. Prison, you have way more things you're allowed to do than the rehab I was in. It was great, it saved my life, but I had no clue what was going on in society at large. We have the radio, and we could record the radio on these little MP3, portable MP3 players they gave us, out of fucking 1997. That's where it was the Rio MP3 player type beat. And I remember I had it and I would be like, remember Winamp? Wow. You gotta be old as hell if you know what Winamp is. But I was, it's like the only two songs, like, so they mainly country, because I'm in Maynard, Texas. I don't know if any of y'all know where that's at, but Maynard, Texas is right outside of Austin. It's a small, tiny town. Put it like this, where I was at was deep in the woods, whatever, or the prairie, whatever the fuck that shit's called. And one building next to us, like the next property over, big ass Confederate flag, fool. Big ass Confederate flag. I was like, oh shit, Dorothy, I do think we're in Kansas anymore. This ain't even it, Chief. A young player is bewildered and out of his, very, very far out of his comfort zone. The Mayor of MacArthur Park going crazy, play. Y'all know, he's IISM. Oh, is it like Gay Pride Day or some shit? Shouts to the Rainbow Mafia. Shouts to the Rainbow Mafia. I know Dijon's out there doing the most. But anyways, so I'm in Maynard, Texas. And I wind up, like the only radio there's like one, it wasn't even a hip hop station. It was a station that would play hip hop occasionally. And that was when the song "The Box" by Roddy Ricch was out, and that was the only that was my favorite song. Because I had it on the radio and I recorded it on my MP3 player, and I was just like, pull up a whole damn seal, I'ma get lazy. Like that song was like so comforting to me because it reminded me of home. There's only a couple people from LA there. My boy Austin, who I'm friends with to this day. My boy Nick Assad, who I'm friends with to this day. There's like three of us. There's a couple transplants. They tried to the person who was my buddy when I got there, who was supposed to be like the one that shows you the ropes or whatever. They said he was from LA. I found out in 2 sentences that Cub was from Oregon. I'm just like, man, fuck out of here, bro. Moved to Hollywood for 2-3 years, and you ain't from LA. Don't ever tell people you from LA. I let them know real quick. Don't tell people you're not from there though, Brent. You're not one of us, bro. You're not an Angelino, brother. But yeah, exactly, like the 80s, bro. So I would listen to that. We had that song, and we had Blueberry Faygo by Lil Mosey. So I'll slap Blueberry Faygo, I'll slap The Box, and there's a random song with Stunna 4 Vegas. I know, Stunna 4 Vegas and Offset. What he say? I'm like a liar, put up with a stick like a blind man. And for some reason, loved that song in rehab. Couldn't get enough of it. Never had any inclination to listen to it, not a single time once I got out. Got out, looked it up, seen what it was, and was like, oh, yeah. But I remember telling the homies what I was slapping, and they're just like, okay, Lush. Okay, Lush really becoming an unk for real. He got no clue what's going on in the culture, bro. Like, Jesus Christ. So this fool wants, what you mean? I got 160 people watching. How's that trash, bro? What the fuck? That's lit. My shit's going up. You stupid? What rock you hiding under, fool? And you one of them. So you feel me? I remember I like them rubbed when you suck. Play with them. Play with them when you suck, bro. You know the protocol. You know how I like it, baby. But come on. With that being said, so this dude, so I went to rehab, blah, 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 blah. That's all I'll always remember, I always love those songs. But anyway, I went to rehab. When I came home, within a few months, me and Disaster reconnect. That's my brother. Me and Disaster don't always see eye to eye. We get into it. We're months more on our own missions, but that's really one of my best friends ever. He literally, we're not friends, we hate each other, actually, but he's a brother to me. And this fool hits me up. He's like, guess what? I'm just gonna skip a bunch of details. He's basically like, we're relaunching Grind Time. We're relaunching Grind Time, and I'm gonna buy an LLC, put it in your name. You're gonna own and run that shit. Just get us a bag. And then we tried wrote a business proposal. The business proposal had so many different changes and manifestations and arcs that it went on. We sat with so many people. We probably got rejected by 50 different potential investors. 50. Like literally having meetings, having calls, going into Vegas. We're supposed to meet with Floyd Mayweather's people, all this, blah, 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 blah. We're stuck with the bill for a fucking $7,000 gazebo slash mini mansion hotel room, and have the, what's it called? The green something. What's the one right outside in Henderson, right outside of Vegas? That Green Valley or whatever. That's super nice, but conservative ass casino. Yeah. But regardless, all these failures, then eventually it happens like dominoes. Boom, 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 boom. I cracked 3 deals, really 2 were the main ones, and one of them, the primary deal that I cracked, and I secured it in November of 2021. We wound up starting to get the money in December of 2021. And it was from a company called Band Royalty. And Band Royalty were dudes that basically were in the Web3 / crypto space. And they were taking money, or they made their money by owning royalties, buying out the royalties of different artists. And then they were trying to launch musical NFTs was their whole thing, right? Whatever. Pretty gay is what they had going on. Could have been a cool idea. They were interested in talking to me to introduce the concept of mechanical royalties to battle rap. So let me explain what that means. So, you know how when you make a song, right? When you make a song and you put it on DSPs, you get paid for your streams, right? But you also get paid by your publishing company. So if you have a publishing deal, you don't even need a publishing deal. You can sign up for free with either ASCAP or BMI, boom. And you have a publishing company, you get your songwriting credit, then anytime that gets played on the radio, if it gets used for singing licensing in a movie, if it gets used in a video game, anything like that, you get a bag not only when they initially compensate you, but any subsequent time it gets played. For example, when I've had songs in movies, I did a soundtrack to one of my brother's movies called Dragon Eyes with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And it was a smaller indie film. It had a $5 million budget or whatever. I don't know the budget, but it was in the lesser millions. And I got 5 bands to submit 7 songs. Now that doesn't sound like very much. It's cool. I do it for less now. But got 5 bands for 7 songs, and that shit wound up making me $250,000 because of all the royalties it accumulated, because I actually had publishing on those songs. And anytime they got played, or when they got introduced to a new market, boom, now the movie's out in Bulgaria, running up out there, boom, now it's just released in Saudi Arabia, running up out there. So anyways, that's how that works. So we're trying to introduce the concept mechanical royalties to battle rap, because in battle rap artists weren't receiving it. You get paid once and then that's it. So sometimes you could do a battle, let's say you don't even get paid for it, but for some reason it goes viral and becomes this pivotal piece of content and accumulates millions of views. Well, I wound up at the same time getting a deal with my guy Rob Schwartz at UMAC Distribution, who's under Sony Orchard. So when I cracked that deal with him, all in conjunction with this new company, boom, we basically were bringing mechanical royalties into battle rap. I could show y'all how to do it by basically uploading the audio of your YouTube videos to digital streaming platforms, and you get something that's called an ISRC code generated. I'm giving y'all so much game right now, I don't know if anyone's going to do this actually, but once you have your ISRC code, you could use that to sign up for your publishing. And then boom, anytime that audio gets played, it's it's not like a hack, but it's a very underutilized thing that content creators can do to up their revenue like a motherfucker. That's some news you could use, players and playettes. Come on, get with it. So that was the whole, and we did that with GTX. We were the first people to ever, in the history of battle rap, provide mechanical royalties. And I want to say shouts to Daylight. I hate Daylight, but shouts to Daylight and Quest McCody for being the first to even discuss the prospect and the need for back-end payments and not back-end, but back-end revenue, not like your second half for your performance fee, but royalties and ownership of your footage and your own content, which was becoming kind of a janky thing and still is, and battle rap still needs some adjustments in that regard, but it's all in what you can negotiate, right? Master P got that deal for No Limit Records where he was getting 85-15, or was it 85-15 and 90-10 splits for manufacturing costs to distribution per album sold. You feel me? Per album sold. Like, he cracked that deal that he can negotiate. You feel me? Other indies weren't able to get that. But then came, Rap A Lot, Swag House. There's, so many just giants in the indie game. Obviously, Steve Rifkin with Loud had a pretty good deal, but they were kind of like they're in this weird category of major / indie. I don't know, but I consider Loud a major deal label at the time for sure, and my favorite label at that. No, Day didn't give me. No, Day didn't give a bag or anything, but what they did was actually bring up the prospect or the need for there to be ownership in the culture. Didn't inspire me whatsoever. This situation fell in my lap, and then I equated it to that. And me being the real ass person that I am, I don't do revisionist history. I give people the credit they deserve. I give people the acknowledgement they deserve, even if they're fucking assholes, even if they don't afford me the same luxury or courtesy. You feel me? Like, even if they're not gonna do that, I'll still show love and I'll still keep it trill because that's all I know how to do. TBH. So I was super up because this company, when we signed our deal with them, Bitcoin was at 69,000 or 69 or 70. Now it's like over 100K, right? But at the time, this was the highest it had ever been. It was like 70,000. So I was able to crack this $1 million deal with this company, and I don't know if I would have been able to fully get it solidified if I had done it the way I wanted to, and just have them, and even the way the contract we had with them stated that they had 30 days to pay us the complete investment in order to get the ownership shares they were looking for, which was pretty significant. They were looking for a lot from us, for our RIP, for our hard work, for our name and recognition and our managerial skills. You feel me? All that. Save some pussy for the rest of us, right? So at that time, what I should have done was make them give all the capital up front, but they wanted to disperse it monthly. And so they were doing that, and anytime they needed to, all I would have to do is submit an invoice and submit the progress report. We'd have everything digitally detailed for them. Nice little Excel spreadsheets and Canva. Every dollar we're spending being accounted for. Now, obviously, we're compensating ourselves as well. Not over generously. I started to get a little bit because it's like, it's weird, like there'll be periods where I have so much money, and there's periods where I'm like poor eating ramen. And it's really difficult for me to sustain a balance or actually build and let the wealth accumulate the way that it's supposed to. It just comes and fucking goes. So during those times, I have this tendency to get a little bit too comfortable, to get too thirsty about it, and I spend way too much. And I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? Why? But I didn't go too crazy. I bought a whip. I bought a nice new little spaceship Cadillac. I was living in the PA at the time, so I'm like, all right, I'm like going to the mall buying clothes, but I'm not doing anything crazy, stupid, and it's all living within my means. But the main thing that we're trying to focus on is building this company. And that's where our money's going into, is like these events, and we're spending extravagant amounts for compensating all the battlers well. Long story short, we still have received the rest of our money. They still owed us more than $250,000. And we already had a whole event, our second event scheduled, and then they lost all their money because what happened in May of 2022, the crypto market crashed. So that $70,000 that Bitcoin was worth when they signed that deal with us was down to 15K. So these dudes lost their fucking ass before they're even supposed to start counting returns and looking to us for ROI, because we're still building. They're like, all of a sudden, like, hey, you guys got anything? I'm like, yo, the PEMDAS here is wrong. Y'all are putting the emphasis on the wrong syllables. This is not the way it's supposed to be going right now. Not only that, but I mean, there's a bunch of weird shit, but all of us, like, they had most of their assets were primarily in this thing called Celsius. I don't know how many of y'all have heard of Celsius, but Celsius was a bank where people held their crypto in. And then all of a sudden, when the market crashed, they were like basically, ooh, my dog, J-Ron Thomas, $2, top of the doohickey, my guy, top of this player. You see what we on? We like an hour deep into this motherfucker going crazy. So then after that, I wound up, so yeah, they have their assets in Celsius, and then they're like, when they try to take money out, it would say like, due to volatility in the market, we are no longer able to honor withdrawals. So basically, these guys had millions of dollars locked in this bank that they couldn't access. It wound up becoming a huge lawsuit, all this other shit. So they're fucked. We still have these events we're supposed to throw. We already have deposits out. We have like too much momentum professionally to want to stop. And I'm thinking, I don't know what I'm thinking, but I start moving out of desperation. I hadn't relapsed, I'm still sober, but all those old drug addict Lush One tendencies just came to the surface, and I was in survival mode. And I started making bad decisions. One of the bad decisions I made was doing this thing called merchant cash advances, which are typically for companies that are in the trucking field and things like that deal with like large volumes of cash flow, but sometimes have timing issues. Like me, like this is what I always say, and I think I heard Dame Dash say this back in the day. This is a great thing to say if you're broke at the moment, but have had motion and should have, like, hey, I don't got money issues, I just got timing issues. And there is truth to that, because when you're dealing with net 30s, aka you don't get paid for what you're doing now for another 30 days, and things of that nature, oftentimes you don't really there'll be periods where you're supposed to have money and you technically do, but you have no access to it. It's an S whatever, and then you're just like, I know y'all have experienced it, especially when that shit hits your account, but it says pending, and it's just like this like never ending cycle of pending, and you're just like, bro, I just want to put some gas in my car and buy a pack of cigarettes, for the love of God. Why are you still pending? So I understand the timing issue thing, and anyway, I started these things. Merchant cash advances are high interest predatory loans. Now, very predatory. Now, based on the fact that my business had good credit, and even though we'd only been in operations for a year at that time, and we had only actually had a bank account, but we were in operations for like 7 months, but we had been technically registered as an LLC for over a year. So we meet the qualifications, and we have like large volumes of cash. They're seeing like 100K plus a month going in our account every month. So they didn't have a problem giving us a $25,000 loan. But the way that you wind up paying such crazy interest on it, and they wind up start taxing you like the next day. They'll start taking $300 out of your account every business day, and they like then the company that brokered it, they take a fee. So you wind up really getting fucked, bro. And I walked willingly into the situation and got fucked because we needed cash flow. I didn't know how else to get it. Nobody that I knew with money was being helpful, and also it was really difficult because our other investor we owed money to, and some of these profits that were coming in were supposed to go to them, but instead they wound up covering us. So then we're like, it's like looking kind of Ponzi scheme-ish, and I'm just like, oh, this is like totally improper business structure. What am I going to do? But I'm just tunnel vision. At that point, all holes filled. At that point, the only thing I'm thinking about is getting this next event cracking. So I'm like, what do we do? What do we do? And I guess like throughout that insanity, and 3 MCAs later, I'm like 80,000 in debt. The event winds up getting bootlegged. We lose a gang of money on that. And any profit we do get is paying off these loans. At the same time, I've been ignoring my bitch for the past 3 months because I'm so obsessed with that event that she winds up fucking getting her little feelings hurt and skying out on me. So I'm devastated because my bitch left me, and she was like the whole foundation of everything at the time. My mom gets diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I lose my company and my mind. And I went from being like super up to having to move back. I went to, so like a month before the event, I went to LA. Now I could have normally either stay with Smokey, stay with one of the homies, get a nice hotel room, whatever, like rent a room for a month. I didn't, because I was already doing these MCAs and was trying to somewhat conserve my money, go back and stay with my parents for the month, right? But I thought I'm going to be there just working the event, building the hype, and after the event, I'm going to go back to Philly with my bitch, but she breaks up with me when I'm out there. So I wound up just stuck in LA dangling. And I got so depressed, bro. And this is why, like, I'm saying all this and breaking this down to explain why I was so excited when I got to No Jumper. It wasn't like, I'm like, oh, this is like, I'm just been sitting in my house this whole time doing meth, waiting for 50 years, and now I'm on No Jumper, yay. No, sharp, serious question. How many fucking countries have you been to, bro? How many stamps are on your passport? How many accolades do you have in life? For real, like, fuck this shit. I was already, had owned and operated multiple channels on YouTube with over 100K subs and over 100 million views. I'd accumulated over a billion. I think it's like 2.7 billion views on YouTube. Like before I was at No Jumper. Before. Think about that, buddy. Like literally, like my channel was one of the biggest channels in 2008, 2009. Where constantly, it'd be like, you know, like, I don't even know if they have those badges anymore. It would say like top 50 videos of the day, number 47 video of the day, oh, number 98 most viewed channel of the day. Like, I'd already stupidly done my Dougie and boogied all the way down on YouTube way before I even glanced at No Jumper. Way before No Jumper existed. No Jumper did not exist. And I was already up that many views, bro. You understand that I had to deal with World Star in 2008 when they launched. You understand that? Like, with me and Direct and Matt, we were working with Q directly. Me, Direct, and Matt Ills, and everybody else, Poison Pen, everybody else. I was one of the CEOs of that company. And arguably, I mean, it's not even arguable, produced the most successful content on that channel by a significant margin. And that's just one of my channels. That's just one of the things that I did. One of my enterprises. Bro, fuck out of here. But I was down at this moment. Shit was bad. Shit was really bad in 2020. It was so bad, I wanted to unalive myself. Yeah, I know, let it out, loved one. But I really didn't care. I really didn't care. I was on my wit's end. What did San Quentin say on that Butterfly song? Hate to lose another broad, hate to groom another broad, hate to introduce my mama to another broad. I was like so over it. The thought of starting over and finding a new bitch and building a new life and building up my company and Everybody was there when the money was up a month ago. It was all good just a month ago. And then like half the people are still trying to see what you got going on because they want to know if you still got motion. So they're still kind of trying to fake linger around you. But, you know, everybody wants to be there to set the fireworks off, but they don't want to sweep up the rubbish and debris, you know? So I'm sweeping up the rubbish and debris of my life. I didn't care about living anymore. And I wound up going to some little like spiritual retreat, some like Christian retreat, literally, bro. It was a Christian retreat in the fucking hills by San Diego, the mountainside, near like Temecula and all that. And like, I don't know, like when I was over there, it was like a really cathartic experience. I like shed through layers of pain. And when I came out, the very next day is when I started doing solo interviews on No Jumper. It just happened to be scheduled that way. Really, me and Diz had our show, and then Diz, we would like shoot it once a month, do like 3 or 4 episodes. I also heard Sharp trying to be like, oh, that show wasn't successful. Look back on the numbers of that show and compare it to the non-viral videos on the Shark Tank. Our numbers were actually, in retrospect, way better than I realized. And we were doing that was the last real hip-hop show on No Jumper. Talk shit all you want. We were interviewing Exhibit, Razkaz, Tash. It's so funny, all these names that are popping up on this top 50 lists of West Coast rappers. We're interviewing them. Motherfuckers would never have glimpsed at No Jumper if it wasn't for us. We're bringing real battle rappers over there too. Geechee Gotti, Nitty, like all dumbfounded. We brought a lot of dope shit over there. That show was fire. But we didn't really have, we brought Hobson over there. We had some sick interviews, no cap. Eastwood, but Compton AV first, we were going crazy. But the thing is, like it went from that to, we would be there like, we were definitely the redheaded stepchildren of No Jumper, and Diz never really wanted to align his brand with No Jumper. He didn't like what he was seeing. He didn't want to be involved. I loved it. He didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't like the direction it was going. I would always try, I'm asking Laura and the producers, like, yo, what can we do to like get more involved and get our show? I feel like our show is like this kind of like afterthought, like this cursory experiment that people don't really care about, and it's not even considered a part of No Jumper. We're not even getting like clips posted on the social media, like what's up, like what we got to do. And Laura was basically like, well, it's really just this whole channel is based on like the camaraderie between the hosts. Y'all gotta like put yourselves in the conversation. Y'all gotta like, y'all are like, and I would tell Diz like, hey, we're done filming, let's go watch the No Jumper show. And he'd be like, nah, fuck that, we dipping, like fuck these fags, we out. I'd be like, all right. So then I guess we dipping, and even if I would be like, oh, I want to stay, he'd be like, hell no. So eventually we're starting to do eventually we're about to do the shit after so like, he winds up dipping to Lebanon after the event. So he goes to Beirut. I'm by myself. We have these, and thank God for Diz doing this. He said, like, go ahead, Lush, you do that shit without me. So I'm like, cool. So I set up my first 6 interviews, my first 5 interviews that I want to do. And I'm like, instead of having it be me and Diz, I'm going to bring Duno on for a couple of them. I'm going to bring Almighty Suspect on for a couple of them. And we going to do it like that. I'm going to bring Gina on for a couple of them. Like, literally, that's what I did. And those are the people that I was, like, the coolest with at No Jumper at the time. So we did that. And then, so let me, like, refresh Sharp's memory about a few other things, because he made this such a big deal. Like, you weren't a part of the great era. Bro, that's the highlight of your life, buddy, not mine. I'm not still talking or thinking or giving a fuck about that moment. In fact, nobody is. The only person who's still talking about 2022 and 2023. And when people left No Jumper, it's you. Just you. You're the only one. None of us cared. We've all moved on in life. That is not like a huge benchmark. Let me clarify a few things you said though, player. You might not remember, but let's look at my origins. When I first went on the No Jumper show, the most positive comments, the most requested guests, I was king shit instantly. Go back and watch that first episode of the No Jumper show that I was on and read the comments. They're literally all about me. And then it was the next week I got brought back, and then I got put on Disconnected, and I got put on At the End of the Day, and then I'm on back on Fig. Bro, I made myself available, and I was down to work, and I was excited. But guess what? That's why T-Rail then started to be like, oh, fuck this fool Lush, because Adam put me on the No Jumper show. That's what he wanted to do. I'm just trying to work, bro. I don't care. I don't care about this era, that era. It was fun, for sure. And I didn't ask, bro, let me explain something. You said, oh, Lush, you got, get the fuck out of here. You said, Lush, like, I know you must have begged to get put on that flyer. Bro, begged to get put on the flyer? I don't know what you did behind the church. I don't know what torsos you were making love to behind the scenes. You know how I found out I was even on that show? Jason said, congratulations. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, oh, you on the No Jumper show. You on the live show. I'm like, word? I didn't really even know too much about it. He's like, yeah, I'm making the flyer right now. I'm adding you to the flyer. I thought that that was going to bring me out at some point. I didn't know it was going to be a big deal. And then when I walked on stage, I got the biggest reaction of everybody. You feel me? Like, whatever. Who cares? I've done shows for 50,000 people and fucking spit like hit sharp. Like I've got more pussy in foreign countries than you've got in your life. That's like, you're this pimp. Like, I've fucked more girls in foreign countries without trying. Like I've gotten blowjobs off Aura in multiple countries without even speaking. Like, I don't think a lot of y'all realize like why I pop it like I do. And I've been on drugs this whole time. Been on drugs this whole fucking time, bro. Whatever. The point is, like, I never cared. It wasn't that big of a deal. Was I excited to be a part of that live show? Hell yeah. Was I excited to be on that flyer? I was more excited that I was still alive because I thought I was dead in the water. I thought after I got clean, my best years were behind me. And I'm just gonna but my best years, I was gonna be like a real OG. I was gonna be mature. I was just gonna do my sobriety thing to help people use whatever little platform I got to kick some positive messages for the people and just enjoy life and my friends and family, and that was gonna be it. And then I had this opportunity pop up in battle rap again. And I started making all this money, and all of a sudden, I'm more richer than I've ever been financially. And then I lose it all within a matter of months. Probably because I'm not putting God first. Probably because I'm not putting my recovery first. All of that. But I lost it. And then, when I thought it was all bad, and I was ready to just sink into oblivion, fucking take whatever pills I could find and just watch the sunset, and hopefully I woke up in eternal sunshine and not flames. And that's really where I was at. And boom, through the confusion, through the haze, through the pain, emerged this light at the end of the tunnel in the form of No Jumper. So that's why it was exciting to me. It wasn't like, oh, I'm the big dog and I'm a part of this era and I want to be a part of the classic era with fucking AD and Sharp. No, dude, it was way more simple than that. I was just happy to be alive. I was just happy to have a chance. I was so sad about this bitch leaving me. I was so sad about this bitch leaving me that I put so much faith in. The only thing that really made me even want to get out of bed is all the comments and all the messages. And at the time, the The No Jumper Reddit was like the Lush fan club. I didn't, and I'm getting kind of lost in the perspective and like emphasizing these things. So I don't really care about the validation. Like I made it seem like I did, but at that moment, that's all I had. So I was like extra. Maybe that's why I came off the way I did. Certain things when I look back, I'm getting so mad at Almighty Suspect for laughing at a whack freestyle. He's laughing at a whack freestyle, and I'm like devastated. Like, you fucking, how could you do that to me, nephew? You're supposed to be my friend. Like, became a bitch. I was so sensitive, and I was so easy to rattle up. Turning down fades from Jala. Like, who is this guy? Like, who the fuck is this guy? How did he become this? That's so pathetic. And really because I lost God, I lost myself, and then I just became so happy by the fact that I had another chance, because I thought that I was done, and it gave me hope. And you can't sometimes put a price tag on hope. You can't put a price tag on faith. Now, faith without works is dead, but if you ain't even got faith, then you ain't even born. Faith is a verb, not a noun. You feel me? And like, I lost it. I didn't have none of that. I was just pitiful, incomprehensible demoralization. That's how I felt. So all this like, I don't claim no victories or claim like this great, I don't care. You could have that. Sharp, you could have your glory days. You could have your 4 touchdowns in one game at Polk High. Al Bundy. You could have that. Sitting on the couch like this, drinking a Bud Light, but in your case, it's some fucking bootleg Bel Air. You can have that, Sharp. I don't give a fuck. I already had like enough accolades before I even started on this No Jumper shit. If anything, a lot of people look at me worse now. Like a lot of the credibility I have, because really, if you put yourself on camera and you talk enough, you're going to say things to piss people off. People are going to see what a dumbass, because we're all really dumbasses at the end of the day. The best of us. The best of us is a dumbass, and the more of your ass you show, the more likelihood this bare little butt nugget's going to plop out. And I've definitely been showing my ass these past few years, but I've always, yeah, exactly, like Sharp, like we don't need to hear about your roller hockey escapades, your boogie boarding championship when you were fucking the Sri Lankan goat in fucking 1974, bro. Nobody cares, dog. Like, I don't care. And you can have that if you want to claim that the best era in No Jumper. By the way, that's not even the best era. That was a fun era. Really, to me, the era that I wish I was a part of was the XXX Tentacion, like just being in downtown in Melrose, interviewing the upcoming legends of the culture, and being able to have such an indelible print on that. That's changing the fucking world. That's the No Jumper that I always, to me, that's the shit that I respect the most to this day. Now, shouts to Adam for believing in me and being a cool dude and a good friend and a good boss who's fair, all that shit. But to me, like, that's what I admire him for more than anything else. Like, this is a dude, like the first major outlet to interview Draco, Peep, X, Juice WRLD, not to mention the entire SoundCloud era. So many people, like, that's the golden era of No Jumper. Don't get it twisted, Sharp. You fucking yelling at prostitutes and slut shaming OnlyFans girls, that's not even, by the way, like, I'm not even gonna lie, we Starvin's prospect, when he said the Lush's top 5 moments are better than Sharp's, even if my top 5 moments are more embarrassing, they probably are more iconic at this point. That failed freestyle alone is more viral than anything that Sharp's ever done, if we're being honest. Like, but again, I don't need that victory. I don't need to claim that. You can have that. Cool, bro. The real fucking No Jumper to me was years before there was anybody else besides just Adam. I just knew Adam, and then House Phony and Cam Girl. That was like who was known from No Jumper. Straight the fuck up. Nobody cared about anybody or anything else. And we really cared about the dope artists that were being interviewed. That's why we watched it. That's why I didn't even realize like that Adam was cool until way later. It was who who's this guy XXX Tentacion? Oh, that's fascinating. Then I wound up getting, I'm in XXX Tentacion's biography, quoted as, whatever, Los Angeles hip hop aficionado and expert, whatever. I've touched so many, like, I did what I wanted to do in my life. I could have done anything, and I wanted to touch culture and affect and influence lives. I've had my hand and been close to so much greatness that I feel great too, by osmosis, and I'm a part of that. I'm a part of that, bro, and that's beautiful to me. So, like, really, if anything, the party that I wish I was at was the early No Jumper. And I still look back, because during that time, I'm fucking Chief Keeps A&R. I'm a part of 667 Art Collective, making some of the most innovative songs, writing for some of the biggest artists in the industry. Like, that's when, you know, I'm working on the Gucci Mane biopic. That's when I'm fucking, when Simon Rex, Dirk Nasty is playing me in the movie Bodied, and I have a role in the movie as well. Like, I my own shit going on at that time. Plus, I was at the tail end of me selling hella dope and hitting licks and getting. Bro, I was married. I had so much shit going. Are you fucking kidding? I was on my own trajectory, my own arc. But, and hella blow. But all that to say, none of that matters. None of that matters, because, like, I don't like look back at that era but I honestly thought that I enjoyed the camaraderie when, like, it was me, Brick, Adam, and then, like, me, Suspect, Brick, and Flacco on Thursdays. To me, that's peak No Jumper. And when people look back, I think they'll be like, oh, that was actually, now it was dope when there was really, like, even like when Raider was there and we're doing our own show, that was fire. And, like, I think when people look back, yeah, the pandemic era was fucking lit for sure. And Sharp, you did a great job at that time playing your role. Salute to that, fat homie, whatever. Salute to that, bro. But in reality, dude, nobody gives a fuck. And I promise you, I don't. Because we've been moved on. I didn't ask to be on that flyer. I was put on that flyer. Believe it or not, the fans fucked with me. If I wasn't impactful, if I wasn't important, shit, tell that to the fans. Tell that to the paycheck. I'm the one that got offered the fucking 6-figure contract a month later. After that live show, I got offered I signed it. Got fired in 3 months, but I signed it. Sus got a nice lucrative contract too at that same time. Your contract, dwindling. You were already, like, washed up at that point, bro. You were already washed up. You didn't do anything exciting since then, bro. You really haven't. The biggest thing you've done since then is leave No Jumper. Congratulations. I tried to be cool. You were a dickhead. I tried to be cool. I tried to be helpful. Tried to get you on the cypher. I won't rap with Almighty. Still shouted you out. Never talked bad about you. You constantly talk bad, and then it culminated. That's it. That's it. Oh, for sure I'm known in the West. I'm known everywhere, though. Like, I get recognized more in other cities and states than I do out here. They're used to me out here. Like, I'm just saying, guys, like, it's not, all these things that he was trying to emphasize, they don't mean anything to me, and I don't care. And you think that I was the destruction that was the end of that era? You want to, like, assign that blame to me? I don't know why. Is it because, like, you don't really want to have that energy for T-Rail and AD in them because you're scared of them? You think I'm easy to pick on, even though I'll beat the shit out of you? You think I'm easier to pick on because people think of me as a junkie or whatever? Like, okay, I get it. Well played. But we know the truth. It's pretty fucking transparent. And at this point, we know that all them dudes were already trying to leave Sharp. Dude was over it ever since the American Cholo shit happened. House Phone was been over it. Those fools already dipped. Had nothing to do with me. You feel me? And AD and T-Rail and them were already planning their escape for a long time. That just happened to be the opportune moment that for it to happen. We don't care. We've all moved on in our lives. That was supposed to be your time to really show how great you are, Sharp. That was supposed to be your time to take over and carry the company on your back. But all you did was make yourself less and less likable. And I'm glad you've now reclaimed some of your aura, because you can't and you did it by being by yourself, because you were losing aura points by being around others. When you're supposed to be your little homie, like Almighty Suspect, supposed to be your little bro, throwing tissues at you, marking you out. Trust me, I know how it feels. I want to fighting the guy. I didn't want to do that. But I don't take myself that seriously, bro. And I'll be able to bounce back, and I'm that confident in who I am, what I've done, and what I'm gonna do as a human being. I'm comfortable enough in my own skin to be around other people and not have to feel like I'm not so insecure. I have to feel like I'm alpha. But now, you being by yourself, you shining more, because you don't have other people to dull your shine or to shine harder than you and make your inadequacies, like the lack of conversational skills, it really kind of just being, you don't like Sharp, you're not a very good conversationalist. You just talk, and then when the other person is talking, you're not listening. You're not listening. You're just waiting for your turn to talk again, bro. It's glaringly apparent. It's painfully apparent to anybody that even glances at your content. Hopefully you use this as hopefully through all because I'm not trying to be hyper insulting or anything. I'm trying to be really level-headed, clear-headed. I'm not fucked up right now. Speaking from the heart, and everything I've said this whole stream, probably the most genuine, straightforward you're ever gonna hear from me in your life. You know? The most you'll ever hear. So please, if you can glean anything from this, listen when other people are talking. You would have saved yourself that whole embarrassing rant, which didn't look good. No self-awareness. For you to just realize, bro, I never even cared. This thing that you're exalting and holding to such high standards and degrees, I never cared. Just Drake's paying me for events and to show up, and we're working on what we were working on and all that, and tweeting and then you have a shrine to this guy. I don't even care. Shouts to Drake, he was awesome, one of the greats. But you care more about things that you think that other people would care about, but I don't. I'm more trying to decode the meaning of Draco the Ruler lyrics. I'm a nerd, bro. I'm not. I hold the different things in regard. I'm trying to find out new meanings in the movie Akira. I'm trying to you feel me? Dig for loops in old Bob James records. You feel me? Me and my bitch go to Fogo de Chao. You feel me? That's what I'm worried about. I'm trying to do cool shit, player shit, fun shit. Live my life. Enjoy these last few marbles while they're still rolling around in this fucking shell of it. You feel me? This flesh that has consumed more drugs than humanly possible. You dig? I'm just saying. All right. So that's really. I don't want to keep talking about that guy, but I just felt compelled to address what he was talking about me. Once again, this is another thing that, the two things that I really thought Suspect said that were super smart on Hater World. One, he made an observation about, like I said, about the people that literally just hop in. I'll never be someone hopping in people's inboxes and just hating, talking shit, calling out damn, you're that invested in people's lives and you think you know them to that degree. And then also, I think it was, he made another really good point too. He made another really good point. I would like to address Yuri again too. I want to address Yuri for real. And I think this is going to be really important because this is the last time I plan on speaking about Yuri until I see him in the courtroom in a couple weeks. But I do got something to say to Yuri and Riley. So we'll get into that in a second. But I really wanted to. I would encourage y'all to watch that podcast with Sus from the other day. Like the things that he's making some really good points, and the shit that right there really stuck out. Like people going out of their ways to, like, I could never be that much of a loser, to have a comments at like early in the morning. It shows how unhappy you are with your own life if you're thinking about somebody else to that degree, and they're occupied, and you don't even know them. Like, I understand Sharp tripping on me because I've been calling him a bitch and talking all this shit. I'm more so talking about just like random fans hopping into inboxes with negativity. It's like, bro, like, save some pussy for the rest of us. Jesus Christ. Like, how is that even a thing in reality? How is that even a thing? So Yuri, this whole lawsuit with Yuri is very, very strange, because it's another example. Like, this is something Blue Devil said that I thought was really smart. Blue Devil said there'll be someone on YouTube that talks, like, that makes content about me and makes videos about me and talks shit for 6 months straight. He'll have my dick in his mouth for 6 months straight, and then the first time I say anything, everyone hops on in the comments. Oh, you trying to cloud chase? You trying to dick ride? Look at you. Like, motherfucker, I am simply responding after, like, I'll keep my mouth shut for months. And that's what it was with all these guys. All these guys that I wound up snapping on, that I went to war with, I never drew first blood with none of these fucking JCat fucking losers. Bitch grinder, fucking, Ralph Sinatra and his slutty wife Veronica, fucking the escrow escort, fucking Yuri, all these people, bro. Sharp, they all was on my, when I got at butts and groomers, they had been on my helmet, talking shit for months. But I'm a cloud chaser, right? As soon as I respond once, we sliding for lefty, right? You ain't even got to shoot no more super chats, but get them likes up. And if you got super chats, cool, I'll take it. Just get them likes up for a player. All right, run it up. 83 likes, looking a little bit light. You feel me? Put some gas on it. Throw some grease on it for a player real quick. So Yuri. Now, my first recollection of Yuri was seeing him on those no jumper streams in the true, actual classic era, because Yuri was like a little camera guy, tech guy, and he would make random appearances on no jumper, because I think he was there like for some crazy shit, like the day Boom Gang was there, the day someone tried to pull a strap on Adam or whatever. Like, I think that Yuri was around for that shit. I remember seeing him and then met him and Riley and thought they were both really nice people. And they were cool, and some of like the more down-to-earth, welcoming people in the no jumper office. Yuri used to be just, I would just see him sitting on his computer, not editing, whatever, sitting by his computer and he would just roll his weed, smoke, tell a few jokes, say what's up, and then dip. Chill-ass guy. Riley, nice-ass girl. It was like, okay, girl's from the Bay, she's down to earth, she's chill, she's not trying to get in the messy shit, always polite to people. I remember her like commenting on my girlfriend when I brought her, my ex at the time, when I brought her, she's like, oh, your girlfriend's so beautiful, da-da-da-da. I like the way she does her makeup. She was just like a nice girl. And we never had an issue. Matter of fact, I went to their house multiple times. They always showed love. After the no jumper breakup, they still were supportive. They sent me videos of them slapping the pull-up something with cocaine during their streams. They would show hella love. There's clips on my channel of them calling in to show love. Yuri and Riley. Never had a negative interaction until the first time there's any negativity when they saw that I was going back to no jumper. Because whatever loyalty I'm supposed to have to this group of people that I've only known for like a year, who, let's be honest, don't really give a fuck about me. These were never my friends, none of them. None of them. Maybe like some of us are kind of cool and shit, but these aren't friends. Y'all know that. Y'all know what friends are, right? Like, people were never my friends. We had a camaraderie. We had like a rapport. It was not like gang though, like that. Never. You feel? I could say like a couple of those people are actual friends. A couple of people that I've ever met since I started working in No Jumper, I can consider friends. Just a few people. You know? So I'm not like, whatever. So I'm supposed to not feed myself, get momentum in my career back, feed my family, the people that care about me, get us all back in the game in some motion, because why? I'm not eating with y'all. Y'all ain't busting down plates with me. Y'all ain't busting down bags with me. We're not getting no money together. What the fuck y'all care what I do? And then they wanted me to go on their stream and debunk rumors that I didn't even know anything about. So when I didn't have the exact response they wanted, all of a sudden, and it was about like, they said they wanted me to say that it was Josh that told me to start a rumor or some random, I don't even remember what the fuck they was talking about, you feel me? Smoking on, whoa, damn. Smoking on all my homies, okay. That's crazy. Which bodies did you catch? Who you smoke? You're smoking on my homies. You might think so. You might think so. You ain't smoking on my partners. That's cute though. That's cute though. But where are you from, bitch? Get it? So Yuri, we were all like, as soon as I didn't react in the manner he wanted to, or they wanted to, all of a sudden, when they saw me go back to no jumper, boom, unfollow me, blah, 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 start talking shit. Yuri starts like calling me out my name, flush, bitch ass, da 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 da, saying little slick shit. Like, I was shocked. Because I always really liked Yuri. Yuri, I always thought you were cool, bro. I liked you a lot. You were one of my favorite people over there. And there was no need, like, I just thought you were genuine. I thought both of y'all, and you definitely got lost in the sauce, both of y'all, when it came to the streaming shit. Understandable, we all did. We all got lost in the sauce. But things like, then y'all started talking shit, but then the tone changed. And everything kind of really went left when you brought up, you started like, my girl's pregnant at the time, and you started talking about, oh, that baby's gonna be born a crack baby, oh, that baby's probably gonna die. Like, do you understand? Like, how quickly that escalated from you being mad that I took my job back? By the way, like, your hatred towards Adam is so crazy in this place, because Adam did more for you than anybody, bro. You wouldn't even have a fucking life if it wasn't for him. Like, I'm not gonna say it like that. That sounds extreme, but he, like, the entire trajectory you got, momentum as a streamer, inside, outside, whatever, the networking, the experiences, like, No Jumper, I hate to say things like No Jumper made you, like, but come on, bro. That was like a huge, plus you're a lot younger, aren't you, like 31 or some shit? Like, and you've been around No Jumper since like 2017. So like your whole mid to late 20s and early 30s, you've been at No Jumper, bro. Like, it defines a huge part of your life. And just because, and when you was over there, all this, like, you wasn't tripping on nothing. Oh, Adam is not fucking creepy. Adam is not fucking a deviant. Oh, blah, 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 like Adam 16. You started working for him after those allegations were already like in the air. And you didn't give a fuck because you know it's bullshit. But then you did the same thing that I did and everybody did when they're mad at Adam and they're mad at No Jumper and go for the lowest hanging fruit. And that's a really fucked up thing to do if you think about it. And you got mad because he made a joke in your super chats, or like the account, it wasn't even him, the No Jumper account made a joke, whether it was him or not, about Jason Love. Like, that has nothing to do with, like, come on, bro. Like, this dude fed you for years, homie. He did, both of y'all. But that's not even the point. I'm not here to fucking cape for Adam. I'm talking about me. And the fact that y'all chose to include me in this fucking lawsuit. Shit, luckily I guess I am a little bit Jewish, you feel me? Because I was able to get a lawyer that's gonna dismiss the frivolity of these ludicrous claims that you're trying to launch with no substance behind them. All that, whatever. That's the game you want to play. You want to drag me into it, see you in court. All right. But it's just like the foolishness of it all. Like, forget y'all trying to hit a lick off of Adam because it's the only way that you're going to have a substantial revenue in your like foreseeable future. Forget that. You know what? Like, as scummy as it is, I don't condone it. I could have tried to sue Adam. You don't think I had lawyers on me? Shit. I could have tried to do the same shit, bro. I get it. When that one shorty sued Alki, like, I had her back. You feel me? I get it. Completely over, enter, and understand it. Ooh, I feel like I'm floating when you fresh off the damn, I feel like I'm floating right now. Gotta plug in right quick. Which environment y'all like the most? Where should I do this? I like this right here. And there's a jack. It's a nice little chair. We got a pool table. Not bad for a hood-ass building, right? Shit. Not too shabby for a hood-ass building. Floating up the Scante. If I was on a treadmill for that long, off a Scante, I'd be dead right now. I just want to let y'all know. I'm like actually sober, which doesn't feel that good, but at least I worked out. So I got some endorphins going. Balling. But yeah, I just got to get this face looking a little younger and less fat and this body a little bit less chubby so I can be sexy in the summertime. I'm not looking sexy. I look like a fat old man right now. And this is not the way it's supposed to be, but I'm going to get it. I'm going to get right real quick. I'm going to get right real quick. With that being said, sorry. Oh my God. I'm fucking ADD like a motherfucker. Yuri and Riley. It really did not need to, if you really just break down the origins of this whole conflict, it's really y'all being weird. I didn't do shit. What the fuck did I do besides go back to No Jumper and not defend y'all on some random shit that had nothing to do with me? Then all of a sudden, like, even if I did, like, call you a bitch or said, like, fuck you, Yuri, for you to, like, go from there to talking about dead children and crack babies and stuff, like, do you not see how unnecessary that was, how quickly that escalated, how much you turned this shit into what it became? And you invited me to come see you in person and talk about it, so I did. So I showed up. You said pull up. I pulled up. You called the police. You called your homies to try to come slide. Imagine if your homies did slide, like we ran into each other. Imagine if they uppull. Imagine if we uppull. Imagine if we got hurt. What if there's a random person walking the dog down the street and they accidentally got chipped as a result of you being too cowardly to have a conversation with someone that you just insulted in the manner in which you did to me? And then random people getting, I know that's catastrophizing this situation and making it sound more extreme than it needs to, but come on, bruh. Come on, that literally could have happened. It was literally, that's how unnecessarily that shit escalated. That's how crazy it got. Because I wasn't thinking straight, people around me wasn't thinking straight, and your partners wasn't thinking straight. And they were willing to take it there at that moment. And I was willing to take it there. And this shit would have got ugly and somebody would have got really badly hurt. Either me or them or somebody else over you. And I want to call you a bitch. I want to call you a pussy, but like, it's not going to do any good. But you were being an instigator and a coward and a feeble man. He couldn't even protect himself if he wanted to. And luckily your girl was out of town for that, or else she would have been in the mix, killer, with all these shenanigans, you know? And I mean, like, we've seen the way you treat her. I'm not going to even try to make this a personal attack on you, because I'm just going to speak to our relationship, me and Yuri and Riley. None of this needed to be like this, and this all escalated the moment you started making super personal attacks. It didn't need to be like that. You could have just been like, "Oh, Lush, you retarded. You're an old man. You're bald. You're a corny streamer. Your views are low. There's a million things you could say about me. Like, oh, Lush, you're a fucking lame, rich nepo baby. You're fucking like no one cares. Your music sucks. There's so many things you could have said, but you had to. Maybe it just shows like the lack of life experience, and really that motherfuckers have. The first place you're gonna take it is somewhere so dark. Just talk about the one shining chance for hope that I had, or true happiness and having a child, and then you wanted to put negativity on that like an unborn child. That's sick, man. That's sick. And now I might have said some really fucked up things and done fucked up things since then as a result. But if you want to know what got me turned up to that degree, it was that. And none of this needed to be like that. If you would have just left that alone, you could have insulted on me, got on my helmet in a million different ways. But just know that. So when I see you in court in a couple weeks, and whatever inevitably ensues from that happens, just remember, this all could have been avoided, and it's not too late for you to do the right thing and stop being such a fucking jerk. That goes for both of y'all. All right? But either way, I'm here for all smoke. Schmiddayoke. Shouts to Unc. I'm fucking with Unc. Unc not the punk. I'm definitely down to do a show with Unc. There's so much shit going on right now. Like, No Jumper's roster's looking crazy, if we're being honest. Now, I do wish we still had suspects. But what we got going on right now with Flacco, me, 4 Extra, Unc, Whack, fucking Young Ant Hefe, Munchie B. We got a fucking squad. Next Cypher's gonna go crazy. We got King Pill in the mix, hella much killer. You feel me? Like, man, No Jumper looking lit right now. If I'm being honest, Brandon, Deviant Brandon, Bucci Bear. We have a squad. Not to mention the curse-free players, the Jaleeses, the Bro Rogans, the Gunners. Like, amazing team. Amazing team. So all that to say, yeah, I'm not really. The music stream's gonna keep going crazy. We got Ralphie the Plug and Evil in the mix constantly, and then I'm gonna be. Look, I got upgraded internet, so on Thursday of this week, I'll be going back doing recording music on stream. We're gonna be releasing that. I have a bunch of other unreleased music I'm dropping, some from some years ago, some new shit, all kinds of dope shit coming out. 150 milligrams of bounce dead ass with a $2 super chat said you and Flacco should have more control and No Jumper. I appreciate that. I'm down for some control. I think I have just the right amount of control, low key. I don't want to have too much, but I would like to. I have some ideas for some content that I'd like to greenlit, and just like if there are certain bureaucratic processes that were easier for me and the wheels were a little bit more greased, that would be optimal. But I pretty much am able to do what I want, and I'm very happy with the no jumper situation right now. Yep, I upgraded my internet. It's gonna be actually the new box is getting should be delivered today. It said, so my new box should be here today, and I don't mean box. I mean, you feel me? So once I get that, and then I can get Kenny Malice's Hawaii over here, then we can do our next music stream. But I might just start doing reactions anyways again, because my internet was dog shit. It was dog shit. Frederick Jana is my real name. Whoa, John Doe is wild. Yeah, I might just buy me a torso, see what the hype's about. My fucking torso, just see what the hype's about. Little Boosie and Webby, yo bitch will wipe me down. My fucking torso just to see what all the hype's about. Amen, same man. But yeah, and all these random guys trying to get clout off a young player's name. I'm glad that they know I'm crazy enough to crash out, because fools are actually scared of me now. Like, they know that I will show up. They know I'm bringing 50 essays with me. They know I'm bringing limitless scripts with me. And they know that, you feel me, y'all are going to possibly die in a hell of gunfire if you fuck with me. But I'm fucking harmless. I wouldn't harm a fly. I'm a really nice dude. And I just want to, can I go back to being like my hippie square, like, popping Molly and just like showing up. I show up at the function with hella bitches. Me and my girl got a trail of bitches behind us. You feel me? Like, could that just be me? Do I have to like keep? Why is LA so obsessed with this tough guy shit? Like, the Bay was cool. Like, you could be a party and just player and still be in the trenches with it. Like, why is everybody got to be so tough, bro? Unlimited, limitless scripts. Got the limitless script pill. I'm not gonna lie, I want Sus back. I think Sus deserves it. I think he's showing his potential for growth. And I think that him and Brandon should have a conversation and are both capable of it. And Suspect acknowledging that he has a hard time with the impulse and is trying to do things to work on that. I feel like he should be brought back. That's my honest thing, bro. I mean, shit, people know how I roll. Here's a demonstration. Just look at my Instagram story. Any given night, you might see like 50 essays with me, like, you know. And if I'm gonna do a demo, shit, I'm not trying to do a you don't need me to do no demos. You don't need a demo, nah. But whoa, John Doe's crazy, bro. Yeah, I mean, but still, like, he did, not defending Suspect's actions that day, but I do think he deserves another chance and should get brought back, just objectively. And I feel like he was doing really, really well. I don't have any gay experiences, and I never went to college, so. But I can say, one of the gayest things that ever happened to me was one day I was by myself. Here's the thing, bro. I'm not afraid to talk about the unflattering stories of my life, because I think A, they're funny as fuck, and B, because I have enough cool stories that if I told y'all all those all day, it'd be like, oh, this guy just, why's he always got to be the superhero? I'll tell you some embarrassing shit. One time I did a bunch of coke. My wife wasn't working. I did coke and was jacking off like for hours straight, just busting nuts, doing lines, smoking a bong loaded with tobacco, weed, and coke, doing another line, washing my hands and jerking off, rinse, repeat. And I'm like 15 pages down the rabbit hole of one of my favorite porn keyword searches. And I wound up seeing one of the homies fucking, and it was like tag teaming a bitch and like some weird shit wound up ensuing. And that was like that was the gayest moment, because my dick was in my hand and I'm jerking off and it's like to the homie and I didn't know it. I wasn't like beating off to him, I'm beating off to the bitch he's fucking, but still, that felt really gay. That felt really gay. Yeah, swear to God, bro. This is the story. I've told the story several times. Yeah, exactly, yo. And like the thing is, that fools, people know who it is, who I'm talking about too. KOTD type shit. Satire, my dog. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Dominique. I apologize. That is pretty fucking gay. I'm not gonna lie. Shouts to Bob Mafia General in the house going crazy. Shouts to everybody. I feel better. Feels good getting on the damn treadmill, bro. It feels really good to be that shit felt good. It feels good to be streaming again. Haven't streamed for a couple days. I know I let y'all down. I got a bunch of people hitting me up. I'm excited. I'm excited about the growth on this channel. And I just want to do better, fool. I want to continue to do good. Brandon is. I don't think Brandon is special needs. That's funny as fuck, though. No, I don't have pants on. I got shorts on. Oh, and I'm still very excited about this Lil B collab, the Yachty collab. I just got reached out to by Young L from the pack. Got a lot of cool shit in the works musically. Man. Yeah, Lil B collab is actually a thing. Now look, I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. I try to be like it. I try to be there for the people. I spend like way too much time talking to, Lush World, Bot Mafia affiliated people. Not too much time because I love y'all and I will always talk to y'all, but like hours of my day are dedicated to being there for people. I really got to be there for myself more too, No, Germs, stage name is Germ Free, aka Bang Bang, B4NG space B4NG. You can look up Bang Bang, B4NG space B4NG on all digital streaming platforms. Her Shadow Work album is going crazy, doing really well. Shouts to the stack, you feel me, from the Alphabets to the South Side, from the north to the south, Tennyson Road to fucking where I used to stay on D and 7th. You feel me? Yeah. The whole damn haystack. Back when what did it used to be called? Back when Cal State East Bay was Chabot College. You dig? Yeah, I can't imagine hitting a rubber torso with a condom on. You gotta feel that torso. I've always wanted, like, it'd be like shit. You get to fuck the Barbie doll you always wanted to fuck back in the day in real life. If I fuck a torso, I want either the Power Rangers theme song or the GI Joe season 3 Joe Tough variant theme song. Got to get tough, Joe Tough. That's when I'm hitting a torso. I want that to be playing. Yeah, or the X-Men song. With that being said, like, share, subscribe. I love y'all. I'm out this motherfucker. Y'all have a great day. Much love.